Hello, this is Evangelist Dr. Robert L. McKim Sr. Someone had mentioned on a YouTube video I had done, said, "You think you're a real doctor?" Yes, I am a real doctor. I studied, and I earned my doctorate degree. If you don't like it, I don't care. It's all in your own head, the reason why you don't want to believe I'm a doctor. It's all in your own stupid mindset. And when I mean stupid mindset, I mean it's a mindset that has been taught to you for many years that in order to be something, you've got to go to college or university. That is the biggest lie on top of the marriage license laws. There are so many lies out there that a lot of people buy into. And then they get this mindset that, hey, you got to do this in order to do that or be this. No, you don't have to. Haven't you ever heard of internship or apprenticeship? I guess you never heard of being an apprentice, have you? You see, back when basically the Catholic Church ran everything, and also the other Protestant churches ran everything, they created colleges here in the United States, and those colleges were basically for theological studies, the study of God. Later on, those colleges became more secular and started teaching other things than theology. And you probably know what colleges I'm talking about, because those colleges started off as Christian colleges. They're started by the Catholic Church. Well, long story short, now no longer Christian. Well, there are other ways of studying too, like home courses. And if you don't like home courses, I don't give a crap. I'm tired of people thinking that I'm not a real doctor when I am a real doctor. Go to my other videos where I show the proof that they're real. If you can't believe the proof, then you're not going to believe anything. That's your problem. You don't want to believe anything, and you want to deny everything and call everybody names. Because that's the kind of person you really are. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about. Facebook is at it again. Here is a legitimate Christian site that I have on my Facebook called God is in Control, Real World News. And here's a post that I've been trying to post. I go here to share. Well, watch what happens. It doesn't want to share. But yet, I can go somewhere else on my Facebook. Is Amish. I have on my Facebook. And I can go here, say like here, and then click on share. And see, watch what happens. That's shared. See? It's shared. But that one post will not share because It's a Christian site. It's a Christian site, and basically, Facebook doesn't want that post shared because they do not want the truth shared on Facebook, especially when it has anything to do about Christianity. And I've been noticing too a lot of posts that I would post about anything that's Christian or God or Jesus gets pushed back, and sometimes does not post right away. I have to go look for my post. And I'm like, where's my post? I know I just posted that. I have to go look for it. I know, okay, it's in my, on my regular home page. That when people go find me, this is what they, see. And see that what I post shows up here. But then when I go, to my home, where I get all my notifications and posts to share and now let's see if it lets me post that. Let's see if it let me post that. Good Lord. My friend Carla used to be a neighbor of mine, moved to Texas. Been posting these crazy pictures. And, well, anyhow, long story short. Okay, I don't know, something's going on there. It's a great reason to update your Facebook app today. By iPhone users. Huh. Okay. Well, anyhow, long story short, I can, let me go back up to the top here and check, where was, well, good Lord, I think it kind of vanished. Let's see here, she posted here. Let's see if it'll post again. See, what will happen, see, it doesn't want to post. It just does not want to post. I am getting very highly frustrated with how things are going with Facebook not allowing I also wanted to touch base on something else here too. Not allowing posts to be posted that tells the truth of what's going on. I wanted to talk about real quick also before I run out of time here. Third John chapter 1. Where, in verse 2, and in the New King James, it says, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers." Well, really, that's totally the wrong way of saying it. Now here, of course, is the King James Version. Above all, why would all of a sudden God change his mind? God doesn't change his mind. That's a proven fact. Also, it says that in his word, he doesn't change his mind. So why would God say, above all, what you're supposed to do is love me with all your heart, mind, soul, and body, and then you're supposed to love one another? That's above all what we're supposed to be doing. But then, here comes Paul writing to John and telling him, above all, you're supposed to prosper? No, that isn't the true translation. Above all, we're not supposed to prosper like many people think we're supposed to prosper. And then I went and I researched other versions. Like I said, there's the King James, New King James, New English Translation. It says, "Dear friend, I pray that you may, go well, that all may go well with you." They almost all read the same. New Living Translation, "Dear friend." And then New Century, "My dear friend, I know you're, again, and then also New American Standard, "Beloved, I pray." That almost sounds just like the New King James Version. Living Bible, "Dear friend, I am praying that all is well with you." But see, there's one translation that I have, and it is the Greek and English. The Greek is the New Testament Greek English interliner New Testament Bible that I have. And I looked it up in here to see what it says in here. Excuse me, I had it marked in, but then I lost it. 1 John, 2 John, 3 John. 3 John says, "Beloved, concerning," not I pray, but concerning. It says concerning all things, "I wish you to do well and to be in health, even as does your soul." That's what the true Greek says right here. It says it right here. 3 John, chapter 1, 2. That is what the true Greek says. Doesn't say I pray. Doesn't say I pray. And doesn't say prosper. "Beloved, concerning all things, I wish you do well and be in health, even does well your soul." And see, there's a lot of people that likes to put their own twist into what that really means. And you know what? When you put your own twist on what it means, you're taking it totally out of context, and you're preaching a whole nother gospel. And Jesus said there will be another gospel preached in the last days. And not to believe it. Another thing I wanted to talk about was here a while back, I had applied with Harkidus weatherization. Harkidus weatherization out of Denison, Ohio, to see if I can get my house trailer weatherized. And then I got this letter back telling me that my mobile home had already been weatherized. Problem is, my mobile home had never been weatherized by Harkidus. I went down there and I talked to them, and they said, well, the only thing that we have is 120 12th Street Northwest. We don't have a lot number. So really, we don't know what mobile home was weatherized, whether it was yours or somebody else's. And they said, and unless I can find out whose mobile home was weatherized, as far as they're concerned, my mobile home was weatherized because it's the entire address. They're going by the entire address of all the mobile homes. That's not right. That's not right. Well, I even called about this other program as well. It's called the CHIP program. It's called CHIP program. And I called and I asked about that to see if they could help me fix up my mobile home. And they more or less told me that I have to own my own land, as well as owning my own home. I have to own the home and the land as well to get the help. I'm like, what? That doesn't sound right either. Here I am, I'm below the 200% poverty level, but yet I cannot get no help because of the fact, and that's what I've been asking for, is help. Somebody that would have the material and the tools to do it, to come and fix my door frame, go up on my roof and fix it so that it doesn't leak down in between the porch and my mobile home. That's all I'm asking. But everybody thinks I'm asking for money. And then there's people that think, well, if you don't have the money to fix things up yourself, then you don't need it. That's because of that verse in 3 John 1:2. 3 John 1:2. Because King James says one thing, and other verses other versions say another thing, but the true version says, beloved, concerning, and there's nothing in there about prospering, nothing at all. But yet people think that they have to work hard with their hands and make their own way with their own hands. And if you can't do that, I got arthritis in my hands. Right now, with this rain that's coming in, my hands, my knuckles are hurting bad. And they're swelled up a little bit, but you can't see that. not on the video. You can't see that because you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. And then you're like, well, you know, just give up who and what you are and go live in a government apartment complex. No, I'm not giving up who and what I am and who God made me to be. Whether you like it or not. It's not your world. It's God's world. I'm doing what God wants me to do, whether you like it or not. I don't care what you say. I'm telling you the truth. If you don't want to take the truth and listen to the truth, I don't care. That goes to show what kind of person you really are. You don't care about the truth because you think the truth is what you want it to be. It's not what you want it to be. It's what God says it is. God says that marriage is between one man and one woman. One man and one woman. One man and one woman. Not two men, not two women. One man and one woman. And then there's comes along, the law of the Mosaic laws, where Moses says a man can divorce his wife with a written letter, just a written letter of divorce. You don't have to go before judges. All you had to do is give your wife a written letter of divorce, and you're divorced. And a man can remarry, but a woman cannot remarry back then. She was supposed to remain single until her husband dies. But fast forward, and Paul, he said that Paul, he then came along and said that here, let's see. I wanted to find that here. Okay, here we go. I need to change this color here real quick. And then Paul in 1 Corinthians 7 in verse 15, he says here, but if the unbeliever departs, let him or her, basically, depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such case, but God has called us to peace. See, Paul was trying to say that if a believer stays with the unbeliever, then maybe the unbeliever will, convert to Christianity, but in many cases they will not. But what if you got two believers? All of a sudden one has a mental breakdown, and then all of a sudden doesn't want to believe no more. The way you believe, and doesn't want to believe in God no more, and church and everything. and then basically they turn around and divorce you, then what? Well, again, Paul says that I'm not under bondage if my unbelieving spouse doesn't want to be married to me no more. My unbelieving spouse is getting married today to another woman. And that woman is taking my last name because my unbelieving spouse, ex-spouse that is, kept my last name. So this other girl is taking my last name as well. I'm like, I am not marrying her. She has no right to my last name. My ex-wife should take her last name. You know, my son asked me if I was going to go. I'm like, no, I'm not going. If I went, I would have to stand up and object. And say, and then she'll probably want to beat the living, snot out of me. Because that's how my ex-wife was. But yet, everybody wanted to try to say that, I was violent. And, well, that's the stupid authorities for you. Another thing, too, before I go, I wanted to show you here, too. This is a food pantry in Dover, Ohio, that I had went to. And all the food pantries in the area had received a $30,000 grant. Also, if anybody is in need of heating help, they're supposed to call the 1-800 number to make the appointment. Of course, I had to go, and all I just had to do was just take in the paperwork I got from HEAP, from the state HEAP, and take in other paperwork so that they can sign me back up for the state HEAP and sign me back up for the PIP, for the electric bill. I got to do the PIP every year and the HEAP every year. I was just going to sign in. I was going to send the paperwork in to HEAP myself instead of going through Harkness. But then I got another letter stating about the the PIP. That I re-sign up for the PIP. And of course it'll be the same because there is not going to be any increase next year for anybody on Social Security, so we'll be still making the same amount we're making now. And they're saying, oh, gas prices is going down. Gas prices is going down. Gas prices is going down. Alright, I'm going to show you something here if I can find it. Okay, let me stop that one, because that wasn't on that one. It's probably on this one here. Make sure nobody's going. Okay, let me go back here. Okay, I want to, as soon as I find it here. Nah, that is what I want to do. I want to freeze it and stop it. Come on. I want to freeze it so I can show people something, so you can see something here. There's a gas station right here. Play it again. Right there we go. Okay. There's a gas station in Delroy, Ohio, that had been selling gas for $2.61 a gallon. And the experts are saying that gas prices are coming down. They have not been in Carroll County. Nope, they haven't been in Carroll County at all to see how much gas prices is around here. These experts need to come here and see how much gas prices is around here before they decide whether or not to not give people an increase in Social Security. It's just a bunch of BS when it comes right down to it, saying, oh, gas prices is down, so that's why people are not going to get an increase in Social Security next year. A bunch of BS. They just don't want to really come out and say, we don't have the money to give you. Even though we take it out of your paychecks, and we took it out of your paychecks when you worked. We used it for something else. We used it to line our own pockets and do something else with. Well, listen, I think I'm over my time now here on my camera because it's at 31 minutes. Which means I'll probably have 2 videos here. But I've done said what I need to say. You know, about God's Word, the truth of God's Word. What Facebook is doing, not letting me post that video. I mean that picture. It's just,